Hello. In this session, we'll discuss about ionization potential. Ionization potential or ionization energy is the amount of energy required to remove the electron from a neutral isolated gaseous atom. Okay. It is the amount of energy required. You see here delta H is equal to positive. I mentioned delta H positive means it is endothermic. Delta H positive endothermic. So here the amount of heat required or energy required to remove an electron from a neutral isolated gaseous atom. Neutral isolated gaseous atom. This is given by IP1 or IE1 or simply I1. If you want to remove the second electron, then you can write the equation like this: m plus minus electron gives rise to m plus 2. This must be in the gaseous state beta. So when you are removing the second electron, the amount of energy required is called ionization potential. But the definition we give like this: the amount of energy required to remove the electron from a unipositive ion. This ion we call as unipositive ion. From this you are removing electron and you are getting a dipositive ion. Here again delta H is positive. So first one is IP1, second is IP2, and if you see the relation between them for any atom, no exceptions here, for any atom, IP2 is greater than IP1. The reason is very simple. After removing one electron, the number of electrons will be, for example, we'll go with magnesium only. It contains 12 electrons and 12 protons. Magnesium plus means you have removed one electron, but number of protons are going to be same. Now 12 protons, when you compare attraction on 12 electrons, 12 protons attraction will be more on 11 electrons. So here if you want to convert this into Mg plus 2, you want to remove one more electron and you want to make it 10 electrons. So you need to overcome the attractive forces which are more. When you compare with the neutral atom, the attractive forces are more now. So here you require more energy. That's why IP2 is always greater than IP1. This is in general exam term we see. Not only this, IP3 greater than IP2 greater than IP1. Okay, no exceptions for any atom it is applicable beta. Even the half filled, full filled, whatever the stabilities are there, no questions. IP3, IP2, IP1, if you take IP4, IP4 is greater than IP3 like that beta. Okay, so this is one point to be noted. Then what are the units for this? The units are very simple, as it is energy, kilocalories per mole, kilojoules per mole, and electron volt per atom. So if you want to say ionization potential, better you use this. Ionization energy, you can use this. Energy in terms of calories and joules, potential in terms of electron volts. Now, the another important point, that is factors affecting ionization potential. After this, we'll go for trends. We'll discuss few questions also about this. Factors affecting ionization potential. What are the factors generally which are affecting this ionization potential? Simple, first line: ionization potential is directly proportional to nuclear charge and inversely proportional to atomic radius. The logic is very simple. When the radius is more, when the radius is big, okay, the nucleus power will be less. When the nucleus power is less, you can remove the electron easily. I'll show here, see, if this is the nucleus, if these are the electrons, these are the orbitals, and this is the electron present here. And when you compare with the electron present here, okay, first case you consider this is the atomic size and electron is present here. Second time you consider this is the atomic size and electron present here. So in this case, this is very close to nucleus. When it is close to nucleus, the nucleus power is more and you cannot remove the electron easily. But if you are increasing number of shells, the electron is going away from the nucleus, so nucleus power is less, so you can remove the electron easily. When you are removing electron easily, the ionization potential is minimum. Okay, so as the atomic radius increases, the ionization potential decreases. Ionization potential inversely proportional to atomic radius. Okay, directly proportional to nuclear charge and inversely proportional to atomic radius. See one more line. Ionization potential directly proportional to penetration power. But interestingly, inversely proportional to screening effect. What is the meaning of this? Penetration power means coming close to the nucleus, and that nature will be maximum for s orbital. Penetration power means coming close to nucleus. Because of its shape, s orbital can come close to nucleus than p, than d, than f. So penetration is directly proportional, we are saying. Interestingly, the screening effect is also same way. SPDF, s orbital screens properly, than p orbital, than d orbital, than f orbital. We were discussing in some other topics also better. So s orbital means spherical in shape. That's why its ability to screen the nucleus will be more. So screening effect is like this. Now you see the logic in this point. If this is the nucleus, say this is the s orbital, the electron is present here and one electron is present here. What I am saying is the electron from the s orbital cannot be removed easily because that is present in s orbital. But the electron which is screened by the s orbital can be removed easily. This can be removed easily better because the s orbital properly screens. S orbital stops the nucleus power here, so you can comfortably remove the electron. When you can remove the electron after the s orbital, the ionization potential will be minimum. That's why ionization potential is inversely proportional to screening effect. This is the screening effect. But what I was saying here, penetration effect. If you want to remove the electron from the s orbital, as s orbital can come close to the nucleus, you cannot remove electron from here. Okay, now so you need more energy to remove the s electron. You need to remove less energy to remove the electron after the s orbital. So logic is very simple beta. S orbital after the s orbital. To remove electron from the s orbital, more energy is required. To remove the electron in s orbital. Okay, now after s orbital, if you want to remove the electron, that will be less energy required. The reason is due to the more penetration of s orbital, due to the more screening of s orbital. Along with this, you can add one more line here, that is half-filled and full-filled stabilities. Whenever half-filled, full-filled electronic configurations are there, then they are going to be having more ionization potential. So directly proportional to ionization potential I am mentioning. We'll discuss about this because these are already stable electronic configurations. So when the stability is already there, the atom is not ready to lose its stability. Then we'll go with these points in detail when I am giving you the trends. So one line, if I want to say ionization potential directly proportional to nuclear charge, ionization potential inversely proportional to radius, ionization potential directly proportional to half-filled, full-filled stabilities, ionization potential directly proportional to penetration, ionization potential inversely proportional to screening. Penetration, screening both are more for s orbital. Okay, now this meaning is cannot remove electron easily from s orbital, can remove easily electron after s orbital. The meaning of that is, we'll see some trends. Groups, what happens? Down the group, atomic radius increases. When atomic radius increases, just now we were discussing, the nuclear charge decreases. When the nuclear charge decreases, obviously electron can't be in the much hold of nucleus, so you can remove the electron easily, so ionization potential decreases. Ionization potential will be decreasing. Good. Next, periods. Periods, if you see, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. The speciality of this is beryllium is having 2s2 electronic configuration, nitrogen is having 2s2 2p3 configuration, neon is 2s2 2p6 configuration. This is full field stability, this is half field stability, this is again full field stability. So what actually happens is, when you are moving from left to right, the ionization potential increases because decrease in the atomic radius and increase in the nuclear charge. So increases. Immediately decreases because of its full field stability. It is more than boron, but increases, but nitrogen is more than oxygen, half field stability. Remember, nitrogen is not more than fluorine beta, just more than the next element. Just you take the relation with only the next element. Don't compare beryllium and carbon. Don't compare beryllium and nitrogen. Okay, now don't say that, sir, beryllium fulfilled, it is more than nitrogen. No, just when you compare with the next element, it is more better. So beryllium, nitrogen, and neon type of exceptions. The same things you can see in third period: sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Yes, as you are expecting, that is right. Magnesium is more, phosphorus is more. Done. So the problem comes in 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D series beta. As we were discussing in lanthanide contraction and all, scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinium. For these four elements, radius increases. When radius increases, ionization potential decreases. So there is no problem with those. But after scandium, titanium, zirconium, hafnium, vanadium, niobium, tantalum. For all these elements which are coming after scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, and actinium in 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D series, (3D to 4D) radius increases. When radius increases, ionization potential decreases. But true. Okay, ionization potential should decrease, and it is decreasing, the regular trend. But the problem comes when you are discussing about 4D to 5D series. Here radius is same. The reason is lanthanide contraction. Even the radius is same, the ionization potentials will increase. Ionization potentials are directly related here. They are increasing. Actually, down the group, ionization potential should decrease. But here ionization potentials are increasing. The reason for that is very, very simple. Down the group, atomic radius should increase. But here radius is same because of the lanthanide contraction. When the radius is same, the nucleus power will be more. When the nucleus power is more, the ionization potential increases. So 3D to 4D, 4D to 5D, 5D to 6D, 3D to 4D, no issues beta. Radius should increase, IP decreases. But 4D to 5D, 5D to 6D, the radius is same, but ionization potentials will be increasing. Ionization potentials will be increasing. If you remember these lines, that's more than sufficient. 2-3 types of questions they will ask you. The first question is IP2 order. IP2 order of carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. IP1 order is known to you. Carbon, nitrogen is more than oxygen. It is more than fluorine. It is oxygen is less than fluorine. Why this answer is there? Because nitrogen is having half field stability. Now, if they are asking about IP2, IP2 means second electron beta. So all atoms, they have lost one electron. When they have lost one electron, this is nothing but now boron, this is nothing but now carbon, this is nitrogen, and this is oxygen. after losing electrons, I am saying only the electrons point of view beta. So carbon electronic configuration is like boron, nitrogen is like carbon, oxygen is like nitrogen, this is of like oxygen. So down Clauser period it should increase beta, but the problem is which is having fulfilled stability now, it is like half full stability, it is like nitrogen beta. So this should be more than the next element. More than the next element means instead of coming here OFNC, you can say beta. Oxygen highest, next fluorine, next nitrogen, next carbon, OFNC. Okay, the reason is after losing one electron, oxygen gets nitrogen type of configuration which is more stable. Nitrogen type of configuration which is more stable. So this is one question that you can expect. Second thing is they will give you I1, I2, I3, I4 type of values better. 20, 40, 55, I5 also I am giving. 1020, 1040 like that. When such kind of values are given, what you need to check is where the sudden jump is there. Where the sudden jump is there. For example, you see up to here it is normal and here also it is normal beta. So here sudden jump is there. Sudden jump is there means after losing 3 electrons, the stability will be more. When the stability is more, the removal of next electron will be a tough job. So wherever the sudden jump you are seeing, based on that you can say the outermost electronic configuration is ns2 np1, because these 3 electrons can be removed easily, then it is getting the stability. Okay, if sudden jump is between second and third value, outermost 2 electrons. If sudden jump is between first and second value, outermost 1 electron. Very, very important and very interesting question this is. So these are the questions. Generally this type of questions only asked. Next session we will discuss with some other topic. Okay, have a wonderful time.